All right, so when we are designing a game, we are going to do the artistic part of the game board using CorelDraw. So if you see on your computer this little green button right here, we're going to double click on that, and this will pop up. Actually, more specifically, this will pop up. All right. So the maximum size of the game board is 20 inches by 30 inches. So I am going to go 20 by 30. All right, so this is going to be our game board. We are going to then design and give it a theme using CorelDraw. All right, so some different things that your board will need to have is one thing is the grand prize target hole must allow a 1.5 by 1.5 inch beanbag to fall through. So there should be a circle that is at least 1.5, but I would probably make it 2 inches by 2 inches. All right. So that would be your grand prize. And then what you are going to decide is the size of the hole that has 25% of your data. So for example, if you go to your data and you go over here, the calculated distance is about 7.8 from the origin. So the circle itself would have to be around, well, we'd have to look at it, but basically the circle size that would fit this in. So that's why we're using our data and trying to wrap that circle around all of these bits of data. Okay, so for now, just for our approximation, we're going to say it's around 8 inches, but you would have to use your circle to figure that out. So let's say we make another circle about 8 by 8. Okay. And then we can move it around. Okay. And then we make our final circle that would allow the next 50% of data in. So right now that's the max distance is 12.12. We would have to, again, use our pipe cleaners and find that circle from the past. But let's say it's 12 by 12. Okay. So we can make a circle that is around 12 by 12. But this is going to be unique to yours. All right, so something like this. All right, so that basically means about 1 to 2% would land in here, about 25% would land in here, and then about 50% would land here, and then the last 25% would land outside of this somewhere. All right, so that's your basic setup. Obviously, these will be adjusted. Now, what you want to do is you are going to want to come up with a theme. All right, so for example, mine, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it maybe a Westerville South theme. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some text. We could say cats, or you're deciding now what you want it to be. You know what I mean? So you can play around with this a little bit. We can adjust colors. We can go, something like this. Oh, we actually have to highlight it if we want to change the color. All right. I'm not expecting that you actually know how to do this super well, but we will play around, and it's our first attempt at CorelDraw. So see how this is on top, and we might want to make it like behind. So you can go to order and go to the back of the page. That would allow those to be behind. We can also For all these, let's say we wanted to highlight all these, we could increase the thickness of all these. Let's see what we got there. All right, we could even change the colors if we want to. We could say that we want it to have a fill, let's say blue. Oh, but that's not what we want. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to play around with this a little bit. I'll probably make a couple other little mini videos, but by the end of this, what you're going to have is a game board with a theme that looks nice. And that's what you're going to put in your slideshow. Okay, so it should be obvious theme. It should be obvious what the size of these bullseyes are. And then we'll go from there.